Well, hello there, viewer friends. My name is Alfred Roach, also known as Red Kingman. And I'm here today, or I should say, here today, to give you a review of the movie Black Panther. This is why I have my African scene behind me. Yeah. Black Panther. I went to the movies yesterday with my daughter to see this movie. And the first thing I'm going to say is we have movie theaters here with reclining seats. Oh, yes. I was so thrilled and so excited to sit down and watch this movie. You've seen pictures of people who have these home theaters, right? With those big square chairs that recline back and everything. We got into the movie theater, and I looked in there, and I saw a sea of these black leather chairs. And I was like, that is cool. It's about time they updated this stupid theater. And then I looked over to the side, and I saw this dude, and his legs were up. I'm like, this thing reclines? Man, I sat down in that chair, started fiddling around, found the button. Oh, yeah. This is how I want to watch a movie. And it went back even further. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah. So we really enjoyed the Black Panther in the reclining seats. You know, we started off upright, and then we leaned back a little bit to eat our popcorn, and then when the popcorn was all done, we went all the way back just to enjoy the movie. And I have to say, when the movie started off, it was kind of slow because I don't relate to Africa. I don't. Yes, I have dark skin. Yes, I have Negroid features, but I don't relate to Africa. So the first few minutes, I was like, okay, we got ourselves a black African superhero. What's he going to do? Is he going to save some tribesmen from being run over by, runaway hippos? Is he going to be out there swinging in the trees with the monkeys? I didn't know what he was going to be doing. I'm like, what is a superhero going to be doing in Africa? But then they brought the story up to date, and it made more sense. And then I started getting into it. Both Ebony and I started getting into it. And the one thing I will say is if you're an American born in Africa, an African American, then you'll love this movie. You will say, this movie here is the perfect movie for me and my family, for it speaks of the motherland. But if you're a black from America, you might go, what the fuck is this? Anyway, as I said, it starts to pick up momentum, though. Story comes into the modern times, makes more sense, started getting into it a lot more. But, the biggest thing for me is you got this, and I don't want to do any spoilers here, but you got this nation, this African nation. They have this, we'll just say, technology that no one else in the world has. No one else in the world. And they have a secret city that has skyscrapers and glass buildings. Yet they're still walking on dirt. Yet they're still weaving baskets that they're selling on the street. And it was just a little weird. Skyscrapers, dirt streets. People still walking around with crusty heels because they're walking on dirt. Yet they have this technology. So yeah, it's all about Africans. There were some white people in there. And they got to move the story forward. You can't have a movie without a few white people. So there's some white people in there. There was even some Asians and other ethnicities. Not in Africa. No. In the country of Wakanda, there's only black people. And I found it interesting, too. No homosexuals. Not a one. That was refreshing. Anyway, so overall, the movie's not bad. It's just that I know that there are going to be people who watch this movie, white supremacists, racist. And they're going to be going, well, look, if them Africans over there got their stuff together, why don't you all going back home? Why don't you all go back to Africa and build it up like those folks did? Well, first of all, Bubba, I'm not from Africa, okay? If you're going to send me anywhere, you're sending me back to San Diego, to Dodge City. Yeah, I want you to get the people who are living in my parents' house out of there, and I'll move on back in. I'll set up shop, and I'll be a happy camper. But if you start talking about sending me back to Africa, well, you're wrong. You're wrong. I don't know jungles and savannas and dirt. I know asphalt, okay? I know beach sand, okay? I know terrazzo tiles. I don't know dirt. So, yeah. So, overall, Ebony and I gave this movie, I gave it a 7.5. Now, I gave it that because the story wasn't that fantastic. It's your typical Hollywood treatment of a story. So, I wasn't turned on by that. That's why I didn't give it high marks there. I did give it high marks for its technological advancements. You know, the CG effects, the one guy didn't have an arm. No, it's a possibility that this was a one-armed actor. But in today's cinema, they can make you appear to be, you know, to have limbs missing. So, you know, that was good. The action was top-notch. Some of the parts of the storyline were just a little bit weak. I mean, again, not to be a spoiler, but you got this this black kid from like the streets who's one of his parents was actually from Wakanda, and he knows it, and he goes off to the war and he's doing all this stuff, and he wants to get back there because he wants to be the king. He wants to be king. Why? Not because he wants to rule the kingdom, because he wants to take the technology that's there, bring it back out here into the world so black folks can get even with the white man. Yeah, that was a great message. And so this is why there weren't that many white people in the audience. Number one, it's like an African movie. We are making a good movie here. We don't want you to come here. So that it's like an African movie. So that's one reason why whites are probably not going. And number two, you got this, you know, homeboy there talking about, yeah, I'm going to be king, man. You damn right I'm going to be king. And we're going to kick some ass too, boy. Then I'm thinking, so now that this guy's going to be king, is he going to have all the tribesmen wearing baggy pants? Yeah, man, get over here. Give me my ruler. Man, if your pants ain't 3 inches down from your ass crack, I'm just saying. So, yeah, 7.5 from me. Ebony gave it a solid 8. And I guess I likened it to the African version of Star Wars. Again, you got spaceships, hovercrafts, and people walking on dirt. I'm just saying, you guys couldn't invent concrete. There was no possibility of creating concrete. They even talked about sneakers in the movie. Sneakers in Africa. Wakanda.